So yeah, we know that the National United Daughters of the Confederacy were a part of a propaganda campaign to whitewash the Civil War.
That's right.
But we also know that the local chapter of the UDC at least participated in whitewashing the Civil War.
Right, it was a national campaign, but it was also expressed here as a local campaign to promote the building of this statue and promote the idea of the lost cause.
Yeah, for instance, when they had the unveiling of this monument, the guy who was the keynote speaker in his speech talks about how the Civil War wasn't over slavery. Right. And the guy who introduced him was a Confederate colonel in the war. And the guy who introduced him, you know why they wanted him to come here? They wanted him to come here because he was known around the nation for dispelling the lies that the North would tell about the South. So dispelling the lies of the South and correcting the history.
Right, which is really the truth
right.
about what happened in the Civil War, which they called lies, and which were expressed in the Catechism of the Children of the Confederacy, which
right.
was a way to promote the idea of the lost cause, that the Civil War was a noble thing rather than a disaster, than a travesty against people of color. And that catechism trained children for decades.
And we know that happened here. We can show you the newspaper clippings where they were bragging about their children of the Confederacy, where the newspaper clippings where the Confederate colonel is bragging about this guy being a lost cause sympathizer. And the people who put this monument up, 9 years after they donated this monument, they endorsed a history book to be taught in schools that glorifies the Ku Klux Klan and talks about how the slaves were so much better off here than in Africa. They were so much better off being a slave. And if you don't believe us, you can go right to the library right now and you can still see that book because it was used here in Randolph County.
Yeah, we sat and read through those pages where it talks about that the slaves were treated well and that it was rare for a slave to be treated poorly. It talked about and glorified the position of the Klan to promote kind of white supremacy in this county.
Yeah, they talk about how the slaves were treated so well in the same breath that we have slave deeds that show kids 8, 9 years old being sold apart from their families all by themselves. Right. So I guess being sold apart from your mom and dad, that's not a part of bad treatment in the eyes of the writer of that history book.
William T. Thompson, Confederate newspaper editor, said that as the people were fighting to maintain to keep the heaven-ordained supremacy of the white man over the inferior colored man. And you want me to honor that?